Hello. Good evening. Hello and welcome. My name is Shannon Jones. I am a member of the library's event planning committee. Many of you probably recognize me as one of the faces behind our circulation desk. I have a very special connection to tonight's performance, and so I'm very pleased to thank the Mill Valley Library Foundation and the Friends for funding this event. My tie to our guests tonight comes through my father's. My dad and his husband Eddie were married on Father's Day 8 years ago this June. In addition to making my dad happy, my stepfather Eddie has been my gateway into the world of the San Francisco Gay Men's Chorus. Eddie joined the chorus 3 years ago, and by doing so introduced my family and our friends to the power of 300 gay men on stage, sharing their voices and harmonies while transforming the music we've heard in other times and other places into something new, something more. Music has always been an important part of my life. When I was little, my dad had the most amazing record collection. One whole wall of our living room, floor to ceiling, was stacked full of crates of the most eclectic mix of records. Bruce Springsteen and Bach, the Sex Pistols and Streisand, Prince and the Pirates of Penzance. Every genre, every artist was represented. My favorite memories are of my dad coming home from work, plugging in the Christmas lights that lined our living room ceiling all year long, and spinning records. With a guest list of 2, my dad was a DJ for the most exclusive dance party. It was just me and him, Christmas lights and music. And as long as another record was ready to slide out of its big cardboard sleeve, nothing else mattered. What I didn't realize back then was that my father was doing more than sharing music with me. He was giving me a lifeline. Music is a force that gives my dad strength, and by sharing it with me, he was giving me a practical, yet beautiful tool for dealing with difficult emotions, unexpected hardships, and the loneliness and alienation that begin to creep into our lives as we grow up. Songs don't have to be sad to get us through tough times. So much music is a celebration of life, of love, of existing. It is the balm that soothes us when we hurt, and the indulgence we celebrate when we are well. This is what makes seeing a performance by the San Francisco Gay Men's Chorus so amazing. Here are men, just like my father, who at some point in their lives have been touched, maybe even saved by music. These men get up on stage and share this miracle cure with us in the audience, and we get to share in the celebration. Tonight, we couldn't fit all 300 men into our reading room and still have space for all of you. However, we are fortunate to have joining us one of the chorus's special small ensembles. I am very honored to present Vocal Minority of the San Francisco Gay Men's Chorus.
Wow. You are the nicest people. Oh my. Oh. I almost started crying when Shannon was telling her story. We are so pleased and excited to be here. This is amazing. First of all, we just did a concert back in the end of March. And then it was a big concert at Davie Symphony Hall. It was very fun. We did it with Beach Blanket Babylon. It was lots of fun and costumes and great and la 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 la. Anyway, And then we did a small ensembles concert called Harvey's Soundtrack a couple of weeks later. There are probably as many people, if not more people, it was a small theater that we did it in, that are here. And I just think, wow. So next time we do a concert, so make sure you get on our mailing list before you leave tonight, you all come, okay? Because you are a great audience already. So, I have a few housekeeping issues first because I got to do I have a list here. Oh, who am I? The talking person up here. My name is Sanford Smith, and I'm the artistic coordinator of the chorus. So what that means is that if we do a special event or something, or the chorus is getting on stage, I help make sure everybody's in the right place. This is Carl Pantel, the director of Vocal Minority. Carl is also our associate conductor for the entire chorus and our principal accompanist. We tonight you do not see, again, like she said before, 300 men standing in front of you, but you have a chance to see them in June. We'll talk about that later. That's on our talking notes. But before I do that, Shannon, thank you so much for that wonderful welcome, and thank you so much for having us here, and thank everybody here at the Mill Valley Public Library for having us. Wow. This is awesome. This is so awesome. So I'm going to give you a quick brief overview of the history of San Francisco Gay Men's Chorus. Then we're going to take you on a little musical journey about Harvey Milk and how Harvey Milk's life and unfortunately his death are inextricably linked to the San Francisco Gay Men's Chorus legacy. So the San Francisco Gay Men's Chorus started approximately 35 years ago. It'll be 35 years this November, and we had started. It was actually September-ish. A young man named John Sims. He was this band director, high school teacher, music teacher, and he wanted to get people to sing in the community. He's like, we have this big gay community. We should have choruses, and we should have bands, and we should have cheerleaders. So we have all those things. We do. We have the Lesbian and Gay Freedom Marching Band. We have Cheer San Francisco. I'm the coach of that, too. So some of you might see us at the 4th of July parade at the Larkspur Corte Madera Fair. Oh, yes. So he helped start all those things. And and while the chorus started, again, 35 years ago, on the night that Harvey Milk was murdered, the chorus was rehearsing. And so the chorus went to the steps of City Hall and sang during the candlelight vigil. And then, of course, back in December, we had our first real concert. Wow. And then, as history goes on, 35 years later, we had several artistic directors. I don't want to give ahead of my speech because there's stuff in my little thing that I don't want you to miss with them singing. But we had several artistic directors, and now we're under the wonderful direction of Dr. Timothy Seelig, who, if you come see I Am Harvey Milk, you will meet and you will get a chance to hear him talk on stage. He's way better than I am. Way better than I am. But without further ado, let's do a little Harvey soundtrack. So, Harvey Milk was born on May 22nd, 1930 in Woodmere, New York. And he was reared by a small middle-class Jewish family. And he was one of two boys born to William and Minerva Milk. And the wonderful Vocal Minority are going to start us off tonight with a rhythm medley.
I've got music. and starlight. And rhythm, gotta have rhythm, gotta have a beat. Fascinating rhythm, you got me on the go. Fascinating rhythm, on all the pump. What a mess you're making, the neighbors want to know why I'm always shaking, just like a flivver. Each morning I get up with the sun, start a hopping, never stopping, to find at night no work has been done. I know that once it didn't matter, but now you're doing right, we will start to patter, I'm so unhappy. Won't you take the day off, decide to run along somewhere far away and make it snappy. Oh, how I long to be the man I used to be. Fascinating rhythm, ways to pick it on me. Got a little rhythm, a rhythm that pitter pat through my brain. So darn persistent, the day isn't distant when it'll drive me insane. Comes in the morning without any warning and hangs around me all day. I'll have to sneak him to it, someday I'll sneak him to it and hope it listens when I say. Fascinating rhythm, you got me on the go. Fascinating rhythm, I'm all a quiver. What a mess you're making, the neighbors want to know why I'm always shaking, just like a flivver. Each morning I get up with the sun, start a hopping, never stopping, to find at night no work has been done. I know that once it didn't matter, but now you're doing wrong when you start to patter. I'm so unhappy. Won't you take the day off, decide to run along somewhere far away and make it snappy. Oh, how I long to be the man I used to be. Fascinating rhythm, fascinating rhythm, fascinating rhythm, stop picking on me. I got fascinating rhythm. Who could ask for anything more? Try to think that love's not around, still it's uncomfortably near. My old heart ain't gaining no ground, because my angel eyes ain't here. Angel eyes that old devil sent, they glow unbearably bright. Need I say that my love's misspent, misspent on angel eyes tonight? So drink up, all you people, order anything you see, have fun, you happy people. The drink and the laughs on me. and the laughs on me. Pardon me, but I gotta run. The facts uncommonly clear. Gotta find who's now number one, and why my angel eyes ain't here. Excuse me while I disappear.
I'm glad you like that. Aren't those boys in Vocal Minority really cute? And such little cuties, and they perform well, my goodness. Oh, I remember when I was young like that. I started when I was 12, really, I did. All right, so 10 years ago, yes, that's right, 10 years ago. A well-rounded and well-liked student, Milk played football and sang in the opera at Bayshore High School. Following his graduation in 1947, Milk entered New York State University for Teachers in Albany, receiving his college degree in 1951. That fall, 3 months after graduating, Milk joined the U.S. Navy, where he served as a chief petty officer on a submarine rescue ship during the Korean War, and eventually reached the rank of junior lieutenant before his honorable discharge in 1955.
Ah già largo. La 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 la. Presto bottega che la vai già presto. La 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 la. Fortunatissimo per verità. Fortunatissimo per verità. La 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 la. Nessun dorma. Nessun dorma. Tu pure, o principessa, nella tua fredda stanza, guardi le stelle che tremano d'amore e di speranza. Ma il mio mistero è chiuso in me. Io non è mio, nessun saprà.
Well, thank you. Just so you know, they worked really, really long and hard on that one. If you couldn't tell. If you couldn't tell. There was a moment that I wanted someone to pass me the Grey Poupon, but I was like, I thought better of that. I did. Anyway. It's in my head, I know. It just comes out, I can't help it. Returning to New York, Milk took a job teaching high school. By this time, Milk was living openly with his lover, Joe Campbell. Though he still kept his homosexuality hidden from his family, after a couple of years, Milk became disenchanted with teaching. He tried his hand at a number of other occupations before landing a job with the Wall Street investment firm of Bache and Company.
I was walking along, minding my business, when out of an orange-colored sky flashed Alakazam, orange-colored eye. Walking along, minding my business, when out of an orange-colored view flashed Alakazam. I gotta look at you. One look and I yelled timber, watch out for flying glass. Cause the ceiling fell in and the bottom fell out. I went into a spin and I started a shot. I've been hit. This is it, this is it. I was walking along, minding my business, when another given hit me in the eye. colored sky. One look and I yelled, timber, watch out for flying glass. I've been hit, this is it, this is it. I was walking along, minding my business, when love came and hit me in the eye. Flash, bam, alakazam, orange-colored sky. Out of an orange-colored, purple, pretty green polka dot sky. Flash, bam, alakazam. Goodbye, goodbye.
I'm going to rush through my narrations because you want to just hear them sing. I'm just here for filler, but are they not amazing? I love them. I'm like, and I get to hear them all the time, and I'm sitting here like, wow. And it's like, oh, I got to pay attention. Anyway, shocking though it may to be, one more time. Shocking though it may be to believe, Milk was a very conservative person, and actually in 1964, he campaigned for Barry Goldwater. He hadn't evolved yet. Hadn't evolved. People are evolving. Like today, he was evolving. But then he started coming out and accepting himself. As the decade progressed, however, his views began to evolve. Milk's new romantic interest, Jack Galen McKinley, worked in theater. There are no gay people in theater, right? Not one. And through him, Milk became involved as well. He was particularly interested in the experimental work of director Tim O'Harrigan. Since the presence of gays in the theater world was very viable, Milk began to come to terms more completely with his homosexual identity. So he came out here, he helped produce Hair, he went back to New York, he helped produce Jesus Christ Superstar. I know. And then he came back out here in 72, and that's when all of the social unrest happened.
Has anybody here seen my old friend Abraham? Can you tell me where he's gone? He freed a lot of people, but it seems the good die young. And I looked around, and he was gone.
Has anybody here seen my old friend John? Can you tell me where he's gone? He freed a lot of people, but it seems the good die young. But I just looked around, and he was gone. Has anybody here seen my old friend Martin? Can you tell me where he's gone? He freed a lot of people, but it seems the good, they die young. I looked around, and he was gone.
Didn't you love the things that they stood for? Didn't they try to find some good for you and me? And we'll be free. Someday
friend Bobby. Can you tell me where he's gone? I thought I saw him walking up over the hill with Abraham, Martin, and John.
Has anybody here seen my old friend Harvey? Can you tell me where he's gone? He freed a lot of people, but it seems the good die young. But I just looked around and he's gone. Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again, because a vision softly creeping left its seeds while I was sleeping, and the vision that was planted in my brain still remains within the sound of silence. In restless dreams I walked alone, narrow streets of cobblestone, neath the halo of a street lamp. I turned my collar to the cold and damp, when my eyes were stabbed by the flash of the neon light. I split the night and touched the sound of silence. How many roads must a man walk down before you can call him a man? Yes, and how many seas must a white dove sail before she sleeps in the sand? Yes, and how many times must the cannonballs fly before they are forever banned? The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. The answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind. The answer is blowing in the wind. We shall overcome. We
So as you see, Harvey Milk has had a profound touch on all of our lives here in the room. He ran 3 times for public office, finally winning his 3rd time running for public office in 1977. He changed a lot of people. He always had hope. He always wanted to say, "Hi, my name is Harvey Milk, and I'm here to recruit you." Yes, he did. Unfortunately, as we all know, Harvey Milk was assassinated by Dan Milk. Dan White, Jesus. Woo, Lord. See? Oh, Lord. Oh. And the funny thing is, I actually am a San Francisco native. So I actually remember the day Harvey Milk and Mayor Moscone were assassinated. We were at school, and we heard there was a shooting downtown, and they made us all go home. They didn't say what had happened. They said there was a shooting in the mayor's office. And then that night, as you saw on TV, how many of you lived here at that time? Do you remember? So on TV that night, we saw Dianne Feinstein standing on City Hall steps saying, unfortunately, that both Mayor Moscone and Supervisor Harvey Milk had been shot and killed that day. The good news from this tragedy we take is that in the 35 years since Harvey's death, we have seen enormous strides made in not just LGBT equality, but equality for all. Harvey Milk, much like Gandhi and much like Martin Luther King Jr., really, really worked hard to make it so that everybody, man, woman, child, blue, green, orange, whatever, had equal say and equal access. And that's what we are here to celebrate today. Now, the good news is that Harvey has left us with all of you, and you make it a wonderful world.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue and clouds of white, the bright blessed day, the dark sacred night, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people going by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, "How do you do?" They're really saying, "I love you." I hear babies cry, "Oh, what's wrong?" They'll learn much more than I
You guys are gonna make me cry over here. I'm like sitting here just like ready to cry. All right, well, unfortunately our evening is drawing I know, but you know what they always say, leave them wanting more. Leave them wanting more. And you know why but don't worry, we're gonna sing one more song, I promise. Because guess what? Okay, so we're here in California. Remember that little thing called Proposition 8? Ew. Yeah. So, you know, that thing passed, but then all of a sudden it got struck down, but then we had to go up to the Supreme Court, blah, 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 blah. And soon enough, they're all going to have to get off their duffs and go, okay, you're right. You're right. I mean, if a little state like Rhode Island, I say, really? Rhode Island? Rhode Island before California, really? I mean, I love our state. You know I do. We love it here. I love San Francisco, but really, Rhode Island? Someone help me here. Help me understand how it's okay. Anyway, so to commemorate, unfortunately, the death, but also all the good things that have happened since Harvey's passing. About 3 years ago, our board of directors started talking about, on our 35th anniversary, do you know that is the 35th anniversary of Harvey Milk? We're like, maybe we should do something. Maybe. So, Shannon's father, Eddie, is the leader of that team that was putting together back then it was Harvey's Legacy. It was a working title. Living the legacy. It wasn't great. It was Harvey's Children. It was like, really? And that sounded like someone had like gone to like a sperm bank and like unearthed them. They were like, no. So, I mean, it did. And so in 2011, our new artistic director, Timothy Seelig, joined us and said, we need to start thinking about this now, today. And if you know anything about Dr. Seelig, how many of you been to a San Francisco Gay Men's Chorus concert? Raise your hand if you have. Since he's been, and how many of you have been at a concert before him and then now since him? Anybody? Okay, so you people who come before and now later, now you guys are going, oh my goodness, that man has a lot of energy. That's why these guys sound so good, because he makes us tired. We can't keep up, and he's 62. No, tell it, because you know what? I'm younger than she is. He's 62, but man is like constantly going. He goes, we need to do something. We need to do it now. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to call my friends up. I'm going to say, can you do a song? Can you do a song? Can you do a song? So this, kind of young, good-looking, brilliant little composer. You might have heard of him, named Andrew Lippa. He did like The Addams Family on Broadway, He's got Big Fish on Broadway. He said, I'm not going to write only one song for you. I'll write a whole oratory for you. So, the world premiere of I Am Harvey Milk, or yes, I Am Harvey Milk, is going to premiere this June. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this June in San Francisco with Andrew Lippa singing the lead role of Harvey. Hello. Laura Benanti is singing the soprano role. She's a world-class film and movie star. I didn't know who she was. I was like, who? But she's really fabulous. And you go online, read her bio, you're like, oh, she has done a lot of stuff. Well, that is all coming to San Francisco on June, let me get the dates right, 26th, 27th, and 28th. We're going to be in San Francisco at the North Theater, which is the theater that's directly across the street from Davie Symphony Hall that has just been refurbished. So it's a refurbished, brand new hall. It's going to be fabulous. They're building us risers for 300 men. It's going to be a spectacle. Tickets are on sale now. Now now you have to put the plug in, That's why they put me up here for this kind of stuff, because I can twirl up the money. So, tickets on sale now, www.sfgmc.org. Go there right now. So the tickets for the Thursday night show and the Friday night show are up online right now. The Wednesday night show just got added last week. Those tickets will be released online starting this coming Tuesday night or Wednesday morning. So it behooves you, now that you all love these guys, right? 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 It behooves each and every one of you to go on your little computer tonight, go home, sfgmc.org. I'll take 2 tickets. If everybody in this room took 2 tickets, just 2, not 1, but 2, because that means you're going to take you and a friend. Or if you want to take 4 tickets, that's 1, you, a friend, and the family. That's right. Remember, families come in all shapes, sizes, colors, denominations. This is a multi-denominational show. Just so you know, it's not only the I Am Harvey oratorio, but in the first half, we had this wonderful call for submissions, and all these wonderful composers and dancers and performance artists and video artists submitted things. So the first half is a multimedia presentation show. There's this little kid from Altoona, Pennsylvania. He wrote this song called Altoona, Pennsylvania. His name is Julian Hornick. I got that right? Good. See, look, I'm doing well. I'm off script, see? iPad down. I'm off script now. Julian Hornick wrote this amazing piece that we get to be like the pips to him, being Gladys Knight. That kid is amazing. 17 years old and out. An out 17-year-old. Hello, I couldn't be out at 17. Trust. And that was only 5 years ago. No, girl, I know. No, but this kid, his parents, so awesome. He actually has a commercial out called
For Fresh and Easy.
Yeah, what's it for?
Fresh and Easy.
Yeah, it's for Fresh and Easy, and you have to just go on. I'm not going to tell you the punchline, but it's kind of naughty, and you have to go. But it can be played in general public. It can be played online, but go online to YouTube and look up Fresh and Easy. Fresh and Easy. It's a chain store of fresh and easy delicious vegetables, East Coast, Europe, blah, blah, blah. I digress. Anyway, he wrote a song. Steve Shacklin, another really great composer, wrote some songs. It's going to be amazing. Amazing. Will you be there? Yes. No, hold on. Will you be there? Yes. Again, June 26th, 27th, and 28th, Norris Auditorium, www.sfgmc.org. Yes? Yes? Can we give him hope? Let's give him hope.
We all need hope just to go on living. We all need hope or we won't survive. Just like the air we need for breathing. Gotta have hope just to stay alive. Just to stay alive. Just to stay alive. You gotta give them hope. You gotta give them hope. You gotta give them hope that they can see. You gotta give them hope. You gotta give them hope. You gotta give them hope that they can hear. You gotta give them hope that they can feel. You gotta give them hope that they can believe in. You gotta give them hope that they can touch. You gotta give them hope and give them love. Give them hope, give them hope, give them hope. You gotta give them hope. You gotta give them hope. You gotta give them hope that they can see. You gotta give them hope. You gotta give them hope. You gotta give them hope that they can hear. You gotta give them hope that they can feel. You gotta give them hope that they can believe in. You gotta give them hope that they can touch. You gotta give them hope and give them love. Give them hope, give them hope, give them hope. You gotta 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 give them hope.
You guys are so sweet. You have to come to the show. Thank you so much for having us. We love you.